And this is Green Lawn Girl, and we are back playing Final Fantasy 16. This time we are going to be working on some more side quests. Oh, first let's deal with some killer bees. I really do not like these bugs.
Get him. Over here.
Okay, so we're trying to find some more pitch for the boat we used to get on and, well, to and from the new hideaway. Okay, and I am going the wrong way. But it does look like... yeah. I think there's... Hold on. I feel like there's... yeah, there's something supposed to be here in another quest.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth.
True, but you'll probably spend a few days filling a forest.
Enough. I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Okay, so we head back to the hideaway.
Now, where's Gav?
Hold on, first things first, Clive. You've got to deliver for the thing you just... you got to deliver the pitch to Obelisk.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one
Yeah.
way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo. So your boat has a name. I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll
Oh.
sail another day.
Okay, so let's go up and speak with Gav. But look like he has some good news. And hopefully it's not that he saved $500 on car insurance. Especially because they don't have cars here.
Gav should be back by now.
I hear there's trouble in those areas.
Yeah, that does not sound good.
On autumn's
Autumn's breath yields tidings born. It sounds
in twain
in the storm.
Now in his path fell shades abide. Pray let them not in peace live.
Hey, buddy.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
It is kind of weird that he lost his right eye and
If it's kind words you're after,
right eye
fishing in
and
the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
Ambrosia lost her left. But there's another their cast member that is that only has one eye.
After the fall of Drake's Head.
We'll find that out
And
later,
how
though.
pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming.
Ooh.
It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
After 5 years.
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dharmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is
Okay.
one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's
Really?
that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Does he know you're alive?
7 high houses. The trade
This could be an issue. This could be a major issue.
Wait. Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of
Okay.
ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Maybe we should at least talk to my uncle, well, his uncle first. Oh, Otto's counter is now open.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Well... Oh, we got another side quest down here.
It's not the won't be long now, Martel. Don't try your apple. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Really?
Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died. And now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway.
Oh.
You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory.
Oh.
You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still. It would explain. And you say Sid built this place?
Well, one can't really build what's been lying around for several thousand years. But it was his idea we claim it for our own.
Perhaps they're old enough for the sins of Zemeckis.
The Book of Sums. Old. Okay. The fact that the guy's named Otto and we have an Otto in the hideaway is a bit coincidental. Okay. Old Farmer Otto keeps both chocobos and antelopes. After 5 of his stock fell ill, he put them in his barn to rest. However, Otto woke the next morn to discover that a leg-eater had found its way into the barn and devoured 3 of the limbs on one of his antelopes. To make certain all remaining legs were accounted for, he did a tally and was satisfied when he counted 13. How many chocobos were in the barn? Well, we know there was at least 1 antelope. Okay. Okay, there were 5 animals total. And we know that there was one antelope that lost 3 legs. Alright. So that means that we have 4 other animals. And 12 legs. Alright, I'm gonna assume there's at least one more antelope, so that'll knock it down to 8. 3, so we have 3 animals now. And it's going to be 2. Alright. The reason I say that is, okay, we have the antelope that lost 1 leg. And then we have 2. And since antelopes have 4 legs, like 2 more will make that a total of 5 legs. No, take it back. 2 more would make that a total of 9 legs. And so we have 4 legs left. Chocobos have 2 legs, so it'd be 2 chocobos to get 13 legs. Wait, there's another... Oh, how'd I miss that one?
They say removing a brand is almost as painful as getting one.
There was a time I only had eyes for Otto. But then I saw the light, and his name is Cole.
Oh!
He looks at you like a frightened fawn who's lost his mother. Oh, if only I could shoot an arrow through his heart.
Oh! And she changed her dress again.
So Martha's all right.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Fabian.
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Clarice?
Oh, she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Well, at least she
Aye,
didn't
and
turn
Babe
into
was a
poison
pain,
ivy.
like. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Oh.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. Didn't
Oh.
have 'em right from the branch, made Martell livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you?
Hang on. These aren't Martells, are they?
I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
Will do.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties are as sweet as you like.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
Well, nice to hear some gratitude.
If you're worried about our supplies, we've plenty. Karen's seen to that. Though we're always one missed shipment away from disaster.
Yeah, that's not really good.
You think it's alright to touch him?
Sure. Go ahead and pet him. He'd love that. Especially give him treats and scratch his ears.
It's not the ether.
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martell.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martell. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but...
Yeah, and Martell would be honored.
You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Martell apples. A basket of slightly stunted, somewhat sweet apples grown from the blighted earth thanks to the dedication and perseverance of one woman, Martell. May she rest in peace. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick. Oh. I'm glad they included her little quote.
This tongue here forms the black from the nape water and renders it clean. You'll have to ask Mid if you want to know how it works, though.
Mid? Okay. Well, we'll talk to Mid later. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's anything else right now.
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
Thankfully.
He does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
What's up, boy?
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
Ooh.
What?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Oh.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Yeah, it's been a while since she's spoken anything about it.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Amber?
It's over. This one. Go for it. Over here.
Wait, where? Oh, here we
Get him. This one.
a little bit farther. There's just something foreboding.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Thought they were loyalists.
Jill, look.
Oh.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Probably more than you know. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go
I suppose
a couple
we'll be seeing
playthroughs
you
to
again.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open.
The Empire's a bunch of
The Black
bullies.
Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
Somehow I don't think you're going to get paid quite as good as you think.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed her gates to all but the Highborn, and now a great camp sprung up along the walls.
You seen him, didn't you?
Yes? I
The
think.
Black Shields. Just now. You seen him, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say
Bunch
I
of
ever saw
a disgrace to the
one before.
name Shield.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't quite think you would want to be a Black Shield in front of Clive.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing.
Really?
I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
Do you even know who you're talking to?
I don't know who you
Well,
are
probably
or
not.
what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Eastpool just made an example.
It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do?
Don't talk like that.
Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Well, let's see. So we just followed the path.
Come on. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Run like the wind. Ever since the apothecary, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Yeah, just a little bit farther.
Farewell. Over here. Get him. Over. Kill.
I think I go this way.
More of my mother's men.
Go, Torval. This one.
And just a bit farther. After this probably is going to make more trouble for Amber, but since they didn't want to help, and they really don't want help, there's not much I can do. Jeez, one of them even wanted to be a black shield.
It's over. Fetch.
There we go.
Blood, Clive.
Ew, that's not good.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
We're not from around here.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
You're a mockery of the Shields of Rosaria.
This one. Attack. You're finished. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Ooh.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Ugh.
This was my mother's doing.
You're...
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
This is just disgusting.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
Jill, he was not talking about you. He was talking about Annabella.
But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Oh no.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith. Time to fight. Almost killed!
I do have a bit of a hard time believing that they never came to this part of Rosalith in 5 years.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
You don't want to know what happened.
Curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
We won't survive another night.
Dude, let me through.
The provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates
Seriously?
are closed. Be gone!
How am I to sell my...
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
You find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Ugh. That really does not sound good, but... Well, there's a will, there's a way.
All yours, Torvald. Go for it. This one. This one. Go for it.
So hopefully in the next section we get some good news. I really don't want to end this video on a sour note.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Kill! Attack! Get him! This one! Attack!
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy.
Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough room to sit in.
Fuck off!
Hang it, chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stalls! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance
Well.
of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Really?
And Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure.
Well, at least he didn't say they're haunted, so there's that.
Think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Like I said, at least he didn't say.
The good news is we haven't seen a single
haunted.
black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
That's not really a good thing, I don't think, but...
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not
Wow.
abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
And it figures.
Not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that.
What?
And he's long dead.
Then
Are you
perhaps it's time
serious?
you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Say what? Is that? Sir Wade!
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. Sir Wade.
Is Tyler with you?
We can speak inside.
Okay. Hopefully it's less than 4 minutes. Did not realize how long I've been recording.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us. Though we didn't go far.
Oh.
And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant.
Yeah, but they're taking out the
Late,
townsfolk.
We've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
She is a
Even
sick
knowing what I know about
lady.
her.
And not in the good way.
Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm.
True.
She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool.
Ew. Yeah.
And since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready.
Yeah, this is where I'm in the video. Next time we are going to bash some Black Shields.
If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yeah. At least you're brave enough to do something.
We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields
Well,
have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
Yeah, and I'm calling it an end of the video. I'm probably not gonna.
So let us
I
go
can't
with
finish
you.
the cutscene, so
For the good of
good night,
Rosé.
guys.